And here we are, beautiful signage in the National Bonsai Penjing collection. And here we go, we'll go for a walk inside. Alright, and we come out to the Arboretum now, or the National Convention, National Collection. And just to greet us are these two beautiful old, I believe, black pines, but let's get into them and have a look. Magnificent garden black pines here, Japanese black pines. Looks fantastic. Have a look at these. Wish I had these in my place. Probably wouldn't fit, but far out. Always magnificent. And he's obviously donated by Dorothy Koroshoff, one of the founders of Australian Bonsai here. Lovely black pines. Beautiful background. Beautiful gardens. And that's where we're going to go in now. One thing you notice here is they're starting to decandle it. See, half of it's been done. The other half still hasn't been done. And there it all is. Pretty cool. It's pretty inspirational walking in here and seeing these beautiful trees on display. Jabotica. Magnificent. Lovely little Trident maple. Look at that base. Fantastic. Okay, and beautiful Trident maple. Look at that. Fantastic base. That is just gorgeous. Beautiful. Let's keep walking. Beautiful old group here. Japanese maple group. Look at those trunks, they're pure white. Absolutely lovely. The European beech. Very hard to get these trees now. Lovely, lovely beech. Nice tray. You can make out this sake probably. Lovely Chinese elms and miniatures. Let's have a look at this red pine up here. It's had quite a bit of work done on it. It's pretty massive. Really, really massive, but really good. Showing you how I'm using raffia and tape and heavy wire to bend branches. It's really good. Let's move on to this Cascade Juniper. Look how nice and lush the green is. And the first Australian native I can see right here, and honey myrtle. Probably needs a little trim, but fantastic. Look at this base. Beautiful white. Beautiful, magnificent swamp cypress, bald cypress. Look at that. Look at those trees. Beautiful bald cypress. Lovely Chinese juniper, Shimpaku, my favourite. Beautiful. And this monster cedar. Cedar Deodara, or Himalayan cedar they call them. It needs to be big like these trees because I think their needles are quite big. So not like the Atlantic or the blue. The Deodara needs to be this massive. It is huge. Move on to a Port Jackson fig. Wow, really good aerial roots here. Have a look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, juniper on top of a massive rock. Have a look at that. Beautiful. Really healthy too. Wow, this hawthorn is something else. Look at that monster base. I have seen this tree. I'm just trying to figure out where I've seen this tree before. I can't really figure it out, but it is substantial size. Substantial size. You can see in the background the caged area. That looks like the other lot of trees that they're being worked on and they're being prepared for them to come out. But let's move on. Paperbark, another Australian native. Great to see Australian natives on display. Really fabulous. Twin trunk black pine, really unusual and interesting. It's very sunny, so hopefully you guys can see pretty well. Wow. Traditional Trident maple. It is a beast. Wow. That's a beast of a tree. Absolute beast. Very dark, but you can just see the base. That is phenomenal. Wow, monster, absolute monster juniper. Juniper prostrata, of course. I'll come in and show you the trunk on the rock. Really well done. Quite a lot of effort there, quite a lot of everything. Looks really good.
Some trees are really old.
This guy. Oh, a Hinoki, not too bad at all. Very big, very tall, very unusual.
Look how big this one is.
It's looking really good. Lovely Japanese black pine cascade. Very nice. Another cypress. Really big. Really big. Some nice shari down the middle. Let's have a look down here. An Atlas cedar in a more of a display tree. This is unusual. Trying a maple. It looks like different maples though in this lot. Very, very big old trident in there. But this lot looks the same. The little ones look like a different variety, and then this one over here is probably another different variety altogether. So probably when you do groups, probably make sure you try and have the same variety, but overall beautiful, lovely tree. Banksia with the flowers still hanging on. Now I've got some little ones in here. Let's have a look if we can see these. Look at that. It's a Cape Cotton bush. Look at these little minis. They're so cute. You got a spruce and a, what's that, kunzia? I think that's the back of that tree. I'll come round to it. Another kunzia. Pretty fantastic. Look at that cascading kunzia. Japanese black pine. Beautiful. Lovely. What can you say? These trees are really looking quite spectacular. Now, I have to be in awe of this tree. This is something else. Absolutely something else. Red pine, Japanese red pine, 2 red pines growing. One's an upright left and that's growing sideways. That's absolutely magnificent. I don't know how in the world you'd move that. It is huge, but it is special. Very special red pine. Here's a collection of more trees. Little black pine on a rock. Bottle brush. Japanese black pine. Japanese black pine. Look at this base. Beautiful. A paper bark for your Aussie native fans. Really special what you can do with them. I love the green foliage underneath. The ferns of some sort. But it is beautiful as well. Let's have a look over here. It's a Satsuki. Black pine. I think this might be Scott Martin's. It is too. Probably on loan from Scott. You love your figs. Here's another beast. This is actually quite nice. Looks really well established. Individual trunks creating the full canopy. Really good. Really, really good. A desert ash with beautiful crackling bark. Move around to here to an olive. Beautiful olive. Look, it's almost filled the whole pot, the roots. Almost a struggle to water that. A white cypress pine growing in its natural style, which is really good to see. Really, really good to see that. Here's another Australian native. Japanese, another prostrata probably. Very tall. Really tall and healthy tree. Teton Golfer. Wow, this has grown something else. This has really grown over the years. I saw this about 15, 20 years ago probably. I saw this initially with Ted and it is substantial. I mean, that's... I wish I could show you the dimensions of that base. But that is starting to get humongousaurus. Let's have a look at this guy. And lovely Catalan. I have seen this Catalan elm before. Really healthy, very great foliage. Beautiful. Lovely trident maple. Really is quite inspirational being here. The trees are doing really well. Another coastal Banksia. A desert ash. Really good. They've actually kept it trimmed, so it's really good. Ashes tend to really shoot out everywhere. Monterey pine. Or Pinus radiata. Pretty awesome. I've seen this. This used to be Hong Ling's, I believe. Yes, he's no longer with us, but his trees have survived, which is fantastic. Tea tree. Looks like another azalea we're coming up to. Just finished flowering. Flowers are almost gone, which is normal. And there's the base. Cedar group. Water gum. Looking good. Nice bald cypress. Chinese elm group. Looking really healthy. Another myrtle. Lovely. Really nice, this tree. Love how the wind's just capturing the foliage and just blowing it around. Beautiful. Up to a Chinese elm. I think this is another Hong Lins from memory. Yes, it is. I know his style. He grows these lovely trees. Ooh, beautiful. Looks like it's got a few little Cataniasters in between a Chinese elm group. You see those little Cataniasters in there? Yeah. And then the Chinese elms throughout. Juniper sake. Wow, very, very twisted up. Have a look at these bends. Almost like a Han Lin tree from Barlock Bonsai, but it isn't. It's a Joe McAuliffe and Steve Wise tree. There you go, Max Lay. Max Lay's no longer with us, but this is something else. When he started these, he's done a few of these, and this is one of them in the collection, but I don't know where the other ones are. I think he's got a couple of these out around the world, but it is one of the best brim style trees anyway, and best English elm. That's an English elm, not even a Chinese elm. An English elm, and look at the size of these leaves. Absolutely gorgeous. More younger trident group. Looks nice. The sun's really come out, but I want to try and get this blue cedar, blue atlas cedar, and the shari work, the foliage. That's why this foliage on cedars is probably the most favoured. It's very small, very blue, gorgeous. English oak. Here's a close up of the trunk. Hopefully it's not too sunny so I can see him. And here I met Barry, the volunteer at the collection. And this would have to be my favourite at the collection. These 2-tree red pine was absolutely mind-blowing. And here's me just with a few trees, just for scale. This lovely cascading juniper on the rock. Just for size, this was the size of the cedar that was in question. And just to finish off, this black pine.